Yeah, the title of this video
برادر چه کار میکنی؟ برو دخل زیر زمین.
اما من این ویدیو رو تماشا میکنم.
چی؟
So kinda makes sense, whatever. The presence of the month of Ramadan has encouraged over 2 billion Muslims worldwide to practice fasting, in which you have to stop consuming foods and drinks from dawn to sunset. The act of fasting alone is also commonly practiced by non-Muslims for the usual health benefit. Thus, it's easy for most people to rationalize this behavior as a way to sometimes lose weight, stay fit, and just get healthy. But there will always be very unique people on the internet doing some stupid trendy things, like these events that took place at around 4 a.m. in the morning. Like geez, that alone would already be the first red flag, but it is not. And seeing the footage of it may or may not indirectly promotes overeating during fasting, which is a performance that could annihilate your own well-being. I must make this video to let people know on why this is dangerous and what precautions should we take. So if there are some misconceptions, this video is about explaining the science of fasting. I mean, that's obvious enough from the title, but some people might mistaken this as a religious education video. So no, I'm sorry, this isn't that kind of video. But before we begin, let me introduce you to two Arabic terms for those who are unfamiliar with, because these are going to appear for 90% of the time going forward. First is suhur or sahur. Sahur is the meal you have to consume right before dawn time, intended for preparation for fasting so you have enough energy and metabolism to run your body throughout the day. And then there's iftar, the second meal of the day where you break your fast in sunset. Muslims started breaking their fast specifically when the adhan or call to prayer is recited at around late 5 p.m. So for our anomalies, there are 3 Instagram accounts that each promotes different festivals during suhur. @Suhur Festival based in Atlanta, US, @Suhur Vibes based in Houston, @Suhur Fest in Newark. Each of these festivals that's taken place in suhur, by the way, are filled with kiosk food carts and a heck ton of people. And looking at the video, I can clearly see that the attendees are munching on foods that are either extremely sweet or very high on calories and fats, and they like ate them all simultaneously. And this is obviously very dangerous for the human body, not even ignoring common sense around fasting, but let me explain to you better. The point of doing fasting is that your body is adapting to an environment where food and drink is a scarcity, and trying to adapt takes time. It's not a quick progress. Thus, if your opening meal right before starting your fast is just abundance of sweets and fats, it just defeats the point of fasting. You also get more nausea and hungry because you eat chunky and chunky foods, and the amount of that headache and stress would also lead you to become more tired and less likely to do outdoor activities. At that point, just cancel the fasting and go to freaking McDonald's down the street. This is why it is heavily recommended that during the entire day of fasting, at no point should you be overeating or drinking. And especially during sahur, you need to eat 1 serving of staple food, 1 side dish, 1 vegetable, 1 fruit, and 2 to 3 glasses of beverage. After that, you can start fasting, you're good to go. Now, if you want to go to an extreme path of maximum healthiness, then you can do light exercises in the next hour after sahur and breaking your fast in iftar with a cup of water and a light food such as dates. If you want to see more useful materials on how to stay fit during fasting, then check out these research papers, which I will link in the description below. So to my dear viewers who are so lucky to see Suhur Fest for the first time and feels encouraged to join one of these events sometimes in the future, look, I'm not prohibiting anybody to go to Suhur Fest, but why on earth would anybody be having a party during Suhur? Like, could you imagine for a non-Muslim just randomly wakes up at 4 a.m. listening to Maher Zain on volume blast? But the way these events are being promoted are feasts. And no man, I don't want feast during suhoor, alright? I just woke up. It's really heartbreaking for me that people would stoop so low as to literally promote stuff like this online. And listen, whether you like it or not, fasting causes exponential effect on your body, such as controlling blood sugar, surging in energy production, and massive heat production from lipid metabolism, which could reverse hyperlipidemia. What? Alright, just Google it, man. My point is, fasting is not a fancy type of activity. It needs to be carefully regulated. And one more thing I'd like to mention, since this is the month of Ramadan, so I need to close off this video with a hold up, this is fire type of line. Fasting isn't just a blatant act of pursuing well-being. For Muslims, it's also an act of worship, where one would cleanse itself from any mischief, communities gathers, families that are separated reunite, and some make the most of it with discipline, piety, and good manners. Alright, yeah, that line isn't climatic at all. Let me see which one's better. You know what, let's go with that. Hopes everyone is having a nice day. Blessing to you all and Ramadan Kareem. Dude, there's only like what, 8 days left in this month of Ramadan. Like, I am so bad at managing my schedule. But anyway, see you soon.